I do believe that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I love it. So I'm constantly connected to it. And, when you have children who are in the school system, so you're promoting, you're putting your eggs in that basket as well. It even rises the level of importance that it is to you. And, you have to believe in what you're doing. And so a lot of things keep me up at night and cause me worry. But at the same time, I know I go to bed every night going, I did the best that I could do for the students of this community because they're mine. Yeah. They're not just my students, they're my children. And, it's personal. We're never going to be perfect because we deal with humans. And this is a very human-driven and person-to-person driven profession. And so everybody's not always going to be at the same place at the same time. And we all want everyone to be at the top. But your top and my top might be different individually. So what I like to say is we have to have a growth mentality, and I need to make that student the best that student can be. I need to bring myself to my best level, and I have to bring my best self every day. And I encourage and convince my teachers to do the same because they're the ones that truly make the difference. You're going to worry about it. So I worry about every kid in the building at different levels for every kid. And you stop me at a different time, that's the one I'm worrying about the most at that moment, and it ebbs and flows. And you just got to be there when they need you. And a lot of times it's just how did you respond to them when they needed you, and that may be the difference between turning that young man or young woman around or losing them to a poor influence that you could have avoided. So sometimes there are certain things that a private school can offer. What I would argue is we cover a breadth and depth that they can't, because we accept everyone. And with that comes an inherent diversity that I think makes us a more well-rounded person and allows us to provide the most well-rounded educational experience that anybody in Talbot County can receive. It's more of what the real world is going to look like and feel like. And a lot of students who go to very small homogeneous schools have a hard time transitioning when they go off to a big college. It's nothing like that. I'd like to think that our students are better prepared for that because they've seen the differences and they can identify the commonalities we have with each other. Our track rate, we were almost $12 million in scholarships with a little over 270 students graduating. That's pretty impressive. I think it's the highest we've been. 55% of our students are going off to college. So, that's a good rate. And, I stake us next to anybody else in the area and say that, I'm not going to say anybody's any worse than us, but I'm not going to say that anybody's any better than us. And I think we provide a service that is valuable both to our students and our community, because ultimately we're preparing the workforce that's going to take care of this community. We have shown that we are responsible fiscal stewards of what the county council has trusted us and entrusted us with, and they've been a fantastic group to work with as well. I would mention, we identified one of the issues we had was our fitness facility was very narrow and small and didn't really accommodate the number of students we needed to use it. We came up with a solution, and we're in the middle of a drive to complete the area because it's not something that we could budget for. And the community has been extremely supportive. We're about 60% of the way to our goal to really finalize that project. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly we can get there. And I imagine it'll be, our goal is to have it done when students return. We estimated it was going to cost about $55,000 to $60,000 to completely refurbish and revitalize the areas that we're kind of reappropriating to make this work. And in a little over 2.5 months, through really an outstanding outpouring of community support, we're at about $25,000 already raised, with a few more outstanding, inquiries that we think will push us over the top. And so we're getting there. We're getting close. Yeah. In the last couple of years, we've got a lacrosse state champion. We've been close in softball. Our football team has been in the playoffs, I think, 2 out of 3 years now, which has been a really big turnaround. Our girls basketball team has been phenomenal. Our boys basketball team has been phenomenal. Our baseball team is really getting better. Our cross country team has done well. Our swim team is a perennial power. They've been at the state competition year after year. The field hockey program is on the rise. So that portion of our extracurricular is vibrant and healthy, and we think this will help put it over the top. If you've ever attended one of our theater productions, I would argue that they're, if not Broadway, off-Broadway quality. I mean, they're really fantastic. Our band and choral programs sound phenomenal. I can't tell you how impressed I am. And as you can see, countywide, the influence of the arts is just so prominent here. So there's so much for our students to invest themselves in and really let their talents flourish that it's fun being part of this.